Filling your containers with annuals is really easy. Now personally, I like a variety of color. I like the lavenders, I like the beautiful mandevilla or dipladenia, angeloni, even the dark purple sweet potato vine that picks up on a container, and also with the verbena, and we have the trailing vinca. You can plant your containers during the spring, you can plant them again in the summer, or you can plant them again in the fall. Or you can plant a container like we have here that will have color continuously till frost. It's really easy, and let me show you a couple ways that you can accomplish this. When you're ready to plant your containers, keep in mind a couple things. You can reuse some of your soil from the year before. I still like to replace the upper 12 inches with fresh potting mix, and usually that mix has peat, perlite, vermiculite, couple fertilizers, and all you have to do is come in, keep in mind when you fill this, you don't want to overfill it because the containers themselves are going to take some room. And once you're ready, I said before, I like to use a mixture of plants. These are concrete containers. They can stay outdoors throughout the whole winter. They're really solid so they don't freeze or crack. What I want to do is create something with some height. So this is Manihot. This is a tall plant. This will get 4 or 5 feet tall. So just imagine something, you know, another 4 or 5 feet taller than this. Plant your plants. I like to use a mixture again. I like to repeat the colors and have some similarity throughout. You know, again, this is a gold lantana. A little different color, but shades of yellow and green, which match up with this. And this will trail over. At the same time, I'll use a hanging vinca. Now, this container is a rather large container, so feel free to put in more than the 4 or 5 plants that I normally would. I might put 6 or 7 in here. In the background, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the best butterfly attracting plants there is. And even better than that, it attracts more hummingbirds than any other plant that we grow, more than the butterfly bush, and that is Salvia black and blue. And this is going to have some height. It's going to get about 3 feet tall, long spikes. The other thing I want to repeat is maybe some of the color of the coleus, and I'm going to put that right up here on this side. The other thing you want to consider when you're planting your containers, you may have to tip them back. All that means that you need to do is just come in here and just cut the tip out just like this. So if you have plants, you can tip them. It'll force more roots to grow in an outward manner. The other thing, keep in mind, if you've got plants that are really root bound, beautiful ornamental grass is a great plant, drought resistant, but it's root bound. So you're going to have to come in here and you just careful always, just to get it out of the pot. You're going to have to come in and pull some of these roots. Once that's done, again, it's really solid roots. So what you're going to want to do is a couple options. One is just to trim some of the roots, and so you can pull it apart, and sometimes I'll even remove some of that lower part of the roots, just like that. Ready to plant, and it will produce new roots within about 4 days. The last thing I'm going to plant is beautiful blue. There's a variety of blue annuals. There's bacopa you can use, and just like this is ready to go, and it's got 6 or 7 plants, and it's just that easy. Just a couple other tips that you can use when you're planning your containers. Purchase containers that have similar colors or the same color. It could be the same shape but different sizes like we have here. The blue color ties in this whole area. The other thing keep in mind is the repetition of color in some of these containers. Sweet potato vine and a beautiful lantana. And the last tip I'm going to give you is proper watering. You do not want to water with something that you use to wash your car. What you want is a beautiful, gentle stream of water that does not damage or hurt the plants. And depending on the type of soil, maybe you water every day, could be once every 5 days. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
For more garden tips, go to inthegardenradio.com.